Biden not in charge. Biden admin's top officials attempted to conceal Chinese spy balloon from the public. Dated December 23, 2023. Despite Biden administration officials assuring the American public that the Chinese spy balloon did not collect and transmit data, a previously unreported phone call paints a different picture of top officials hiding information about the balloon. According to NBC News, a January 27th phone call between General Mark Milley and NORAD Chief General Glenn VanHerck sheds new light on China's surveillance balloon. The network reported that the administration hoped to keep the balloon's existence a secret from Congress and the public, citing multiple former and current administration and congressional officials. Before it was spotted by the public and filmed by the public, there was the intention to study it and let it pass over and not even tell anyone about it, one former senior official told NBC. A senior Biden administration official denied allegations of an attempt to conceal the incident, saying decisions were made to protect sensitive intelligence capabilities. Well, that's just silly, because the Chinese government knew they were flying this balloon over the country. The idea that you were just going to ignore it is not protecting sensitive intelligence capabilities. It means the Biden administration was just protecting their butts. There was no intention to keep this from Congress at any point. Well, they did. Now watch this timeline here, folks. During the January 27th phone call, General Milley called VanHerck and said the Pentagon planned to send up F-22 jets and other aircraft alongside the object. Soon after that call, U.S. military jets used targeting pods to determine the object was a balloon the size of 3 school buses and equipped with a massive surveillance payload. Biden was not briefed on the balloon until February 1st. The public did not hear about the Chinese spy balloon until February 2nd, when NBC News broke the story. Do you notice something about the dates here, folks? February 1st, President Joe Biden, the Commander-in-Chief, was told about this. January 27th, General Milley and the other officials are discussing it. I've often joked about Joe Biden being the least important person in the Biden administration, and here it comes true. 4 days passed before the Biden administration told Joe Biden that something was up, because he was the most useless member of the Biden administration, the least informed, the least relevant, and the least important person to be told about this. Joe Biden doesn't make the decisions in his own White House. And they waited 4 days to tell him about this right before they knew NBC was going to leak the story. Who is president in the United States? According to this timeline, not Joe Biden. We also joke about Joe Biden being in the back pocket of China. There were numerous bribes paid to the Biden family, indicating that Joe Biden would go a lot nicer on China than his predecessor, Donald Trump. In fact, there's a campaign video where Joe Biden explicitly spells out how China is not the enemy of the United States.
The fact of the matter is, we can do all we need to do without punishing anybody. Anybody. The reason I'm optimistic here is, look at who we are. I've met virtually every major world leader in my role as vice president and as foreign relations chairman over the last 30 years. And that's not hyperbole. Virtually every one. I don't know a single solitary one who would not change places with the problems the President of the United States has versus the problems they have. China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. They can't even figure out how to deal with the fact that they have this great division between the China Sea and the mountains in the west. They can't figure out how they're going to deal with the corruption that exists within the system. I mean, they're not bad folks, but guess what? They're not competition for us.
So it's okay to joke and laugh about whether Joe Biden is on the take from China if he's been bought and paid for. But what's really sad is how the officials in the Biden administration don't take their job seriously. Officials, in their view, claim that the spy balloon's reputational consequences for China and U.S. relations posed a far graver threat than the balloon entering U.S. airspace. It caused so many problems, one senior administration official said. That means these people believed it as their top job to accommodate the People's Republic of China in everything that the Communist Chinese wanted from America. And this balloon was making it difficult for the Biden administration to give China everything they wanted on the world stage and in the Pacific Ocean. And these Biden officials were more concerned about how it made them look personally bad for this spy balloon to come over. They weren't concerned at all about the security issues. They weren't concerned at all about China's belligerence, because all that matters in the Biden administration is political spin and how they can spin things to the American public. There is nobody actually doing any work at the Biden administration. All they care about is whether their political party is advanced while they're in office, and anything that intrudes upon their political power is a problem. That's all that matters to these people. There are no adults running our domestic or international policies. All these political hacks in the Biden administration worry about is whether they personally look bad. Biden claims Afghanistan withdrawal extraordinary success in address to the nation. That's all these people ever cared about. How world events make them look good. And if it doesn't make them look good, they pretend and say it made them look good anyway. Biden's White House has stated the delay in shooting down the surveillance craft was due to safety precautions. According to the timeline here, Joe Biden wasn't even involved in any of the decision making. He was told after the fact by the people really in charge, Biden's civilian staff and his team of Democratic Party lawyers. If we don't have a president in control of this nation, who is running America? Thank you.